So first thing, yesterday I think we stopped at is the portlet permissions, right? Okay. So here in the portlet permissions, I think we stopped here. Let me continue from here. I think I explained the wrong one yesterday. Let me correct that one. I checked it. It was wrong actually. So here the portlet, actually these portlet permissions defines the which portlets are should be available to use in your dashboards. The portlet permissions are nothing but whatever you are going to enable. The portlet permissions can be managed and within your reporting in administration tools. And whatever that you want to make it available, that means if you want to make any portlet available that you want to use in dashboard, you can use this particular portlet permissions functionality. Okay, so where exactly you can customize it. So you can just come here. So click on admin tools, so admin center, and click on reporting and click on dashboard portlets. So here you can define the number of entries to be displayed and what exactly you want. So you can just go and click on, for example, competencies, and you can see, okay, number of entries to be displayed for competencies, strengths portlet, and 5 for competencies weakness portlet, and 5 for most common competencies portlet. So here you can define, and based on that you'll be able to see, and you can use the number of dashboards will be displayed when you want to use. So only just make it available whatever you want, and once you just add as per your requirement and that you want to display in your dashboard, and you can just add it and simply just go and save it. It's simple concepts. And the next thing is filtering options. I think I have already explained. I think, can anyone tell what is the use of the filtering options? What is why we use this? Anybody? Why we use these filtering options? Okay, fine. So these filtering options, it helps you enable the use within this way, what we call in the reports, to choose something like, okay, tell me, we can select, yeah, we can select of what?
Employee information.
Okay, fine. So let me tell you what exactly it is. See, here in the filtering options, you can choose the date that you want to view in the dashboards. And you can, if you want to choose something like in the list view reports and spotlight view reports. So when the employee opens the dashboard tab, okay, when the employee when the user is going to open the tab or dashboards tab, so or any specific report, so the user is able to see or select the filtering options. What exactly the filtering options you will see something like processes and views and the forms, and what exactly you want to filter the first name, last name, and what exactly. And you are going to see something like even you can also enable if they want to see the date range. So that we will see that where exactly you can see we will go and edit the filtering options in a reporting section within administration tools. Okay, it's all just a simple concepts. Okay, just go and click on filtering options and what exactly you want to view. So if you here in the filtering options, okay, as an administrator you can show, you can hide the option that you want to display in your dashboard when you define for when a user is going to define his one dashboard by using this filtering option, something show division field view, show department field view, show location field view, and see, it's not about forms, it's all about what exactly you can filter, what exactly you can see, and these are all the things that you can enable. So you can also see the show rich text HTML tags in a report. If you want to enable, you can also enable. Okay, anything you can read very carefully and review it, and read it carefully, what exactly you want, what exactly you want to hide, enable them, and just go and click on save it. This is all about your filtering option. Once you set up, what exactly you need to do now, simply just come to reporting tab in the module picker, and then you can just go to filter options and you can see everything here. You can see this filter options. You can see here a team view, searching, and you see the division. We just clicked show division, clicked on department, show department, and show location. And you can see everything, whatever the divisions and whatever the departments, whatever the locations are existing, and you can filter and you can update. Based on that, you will be able to see the result below of the page here. Okay. Now, still there are some more things to be explained. Then we'll come back to this particular concept. The next thing is, let me explain about list views. So, what is the use of this list views? So, the list views is something which provides a detailed view. Something like it provides a detailed view. Something like the dashboard when the employee is going to select the dashboards, when they are something like a performance and the performance factors, and here the user is going to focus on a particular topic, for example employee, okay, employees manager or something like that. You can get a detailed view by using this particular list view concept. Okay, and you can drill down through a quickly to find a lot of information. So you can specify which list views the employee can select, and you can disable and you can enable to the users as an administrator within your administration tools. Just let us come back and click on reporting and click on list views. Now you can see employee list, goal list, competency list, form list, behavior list, development goal list. So here you see the edit button here. Just when you click on this, you can see a lot of things that you can drill, and you can select what exactly you want to make available to the users when they are going to select employee views, and he wants to track the information a lot. You can see that. Do you want in the divisions? You want available filter the personal information? See, and you can see user what exactly you want to filter for your something like people have ad hoc report builder. It is very easy. This concept is, and you can just enable whatever you want, and those things will be. You can see the list views, and out of all these that you are going to enable, even the user also is going to filter what exactly he wants to generate. For example, employee name, for example last name, and you can see everything once you set up. Okay, whatever that you want to enable for your report building in the dashboards, you can just enable and you continue and save it. Okay, once you set up in the same way for any concept you want to do it, you can try. And so you can see the disable ability to email a form list. So if you just go and select, whatever happens, it will not be notified. You just leave it blank, don't give a check mark here, and just go and click on save. Okay, and the second another thing is, okay, another concept is thresholding or something threshold. I think THRE. Sir, cannot hear you now. There is nothing problem from my side. Everything is perfectly all right. Everybody is able to hear me. There is nothing problem. Maybe I don't know what is wrong. So let us talk about threshold. You see what exactly the threshold is. A simple thing. It's it will help the users to draw a kind of attention. It will draw an attention visually. It draws the attention. Something like the areas where the user has to show an attention. Okay, when the user's attention to the areas where they might need a monitoring, where they might need to complete a kind of attention. For example, you can specify you can specify the goals with the ratings. Something like from the bottom, you can specify the rating scale in red color. You can specify the goals with the ratings like 1 out of 3. From it will be shown in the green color. It will show a kind of attention for the user that they want to accomplish and complete. Okay, so now let me come here and click on thresholdings, and you can see here. You see that show a rating for bottom portion of the rating scale to be shown as a red, 1 of 3, 1 out of 3, and the top portion of the rating scale to be shown is, it is a kind of visually it shows a kind of attention towards that a user has. It depends upon whatever you want. Even for the forms and the status also you can do it same way. Okay, these are all simple things you can enable. And the another thing is you have another concept called a trending. Anybody know what is a trending here means? Trending. Okay. So So here the trending means this concept is used to compare the data from the previous period, and that if you want to make it available to the current period, okay, with the data from the data which is available to the current period. So if you use the trending, the data from the previous period will be shown in the dashboards, in the list view reports, and the spotlight view reports even in the current period. So it is used to compare the data from the previous period, and you can make it available in the current period. You can see here trending here. You can see that show previous period on dashboard. You can see if you enable it, that this also will be shown. This is where it will show the previous period data that used to mostly to compare the previous period to the current period. Okay, and you can see the previous period, full period, period today. You can set whatever you want. And the second thing is there is small concept about performance management. What is this? Yeah, performance management date range. So here, what is the use of this one as an administrator? So here, performance management date range. So as an administrator, you can specify the date range. Okay, that you can different. You can what do you say? You can specify which forms to include in the dashboards. You can just go and click on performance management. You can see that from current period and the date previous period. Okay, this is nothing but whatever the dates you are going to enter. This will determine the dates, the forms to include in the dashboards page. Within this range, you can also specify by restricting this particular concept. Okay, so these are all the things that we can go through, simple concepts. Now let us come back to the topic called dashboards. Okay, so here, how to use the dashboards is a concept. So what exactly the dashboard? The dashboards are nothing but it is a one-page views. It contains about the charts and something graphs, and all these are called as a portlets, as we have already seen yesterday. And this will give the some kind of insight, and it's a kind of status of a particular group of people within the company. Okay, it is a kind of one-page view. So here, the dashboard helps your management and your administration to check what is happening in your company, okay, from your macro point of view, in a wider point of view or broader point of view. So how to access the dashboards and its features within your system. So here you can just come to the home page here and click on analytics, reports. So we will see all these, okay, how to use and access the dashboards. I'm explaining that. Okay, here you see the filter options and you can see the date options. Okay, see, and just observe what is happening here. See the screen, it's moving and it's closing and expanding. So now first let us see the concept about filter options. Okay, I'm going to explain about filter options, and here the first thing is you see the show button. What exactly this show? For example, team. You see the starting from myself and none of the above. So it explains in depth, it explains about in depth of the options available, whether you want to make this particular filter options for your team or it's only for none of the above, what exactly. And do you want to include all the employees in the form, it's only manager or non-managers only, as per the criteria you are going to select. And the next you see here the process. The process is the that you are going to select the forms to generate the dashboards. For example, performance management forms, goal plans forms, and etc. So that is where you are going to include the form to generate. And next one you see the view is nothing but a list views, for example. And here you see the form that you are going to select the criteria based on division, departments, and the locations. And whatever that you are going to select and you are going to update, the result will be displayed at the bottom of the page. And next one, let us talk about the date. Click on the date options and you can see the current period from the start period and end period. And here you will enter the date range for the dashboard you are going to generate. And whatever that you are going to select, you need to always click update. Okay, now you can see the dashboard is refreshing everywhere. You see here the dashboard is refreshing. So you have to go and expand the filter options and the date options, and like you have to show or include the process and include the employees, whatever you want. Once you set up everything and what exactly you have to do, once you set up, you have to come to this summary button. Okay, it's not about directly you come here. So once you update everything, your date and your concepts, everything, you see you can also change the dates here. Okay, once you set up here and directly you have to come to this particular dashboard field called summary, and you can select your performance and goal, like whatever you want. So I think yesterday we created one dashboard reporting, but we deleted. Let us take another example, US reporting. And once you set up based on the selection of the filtering options, see the dashboard is refreshing. So based on that selection, you see that portlet that are included and everything you can see here. And you see here, so we will see all this. First, let me explain to you one of the terminology everybody should remember. That is a line of sight. Anybody know about what is a line of sight means? What exactly the line of sight means? What is this? What is that line of sight means? Tell me, sir. What is the line of sight? Let everybody know. Okay, very good. Fine. So that is the answer. Whatever your Vijay sir is telling, that is the right answer, absolutely. Okay. So now let us go to the another topic called filter options, as we have already seen again. Okay. The filter options, as you know, it allows to filter the dashboards and it results by date, start date, and team, and forward a process, and employees, and everything. And it will show the point, the data, to pinpoint of the data for your users that they are going to include. And here there is something that common issues everybody gets faces when you're going to generate your dashboards. So sometimes what happens, right? Some of the dashboards which includes graphs and charts, it's not going to display any data, or it may sometimes show incomplete data. So whenever these kind of things happens in both of these cases, so it is always better, it's always recommended that you have to go and review your filter options and your date options, and again you have to go and update, and you can go and generate your options. That is how that you have to go and check whenever you have some common issues. Common issues nothing but you will be able to see some of the dashboards as without data. See, here you see as no data. Why it is showing like that? Because there is an issue with your the filtering options you selected, and the date range you have selected. So you have to select appropriately and update, and the information will be okay appropriately. It will be giving an information. Now let us come back to the result that the US reporting dashboard we generated. Just go and click update, and let us see that this particular dashboard. Scroll down. For example, you see the form status group by workflow. For example, there are 272 employees have no forms. You can just expand a lot beyond. You can do whatever you want. See that the form is count 0. So everything you can see based whatever you are going to see, it is kind of a line of sight. The line of sight is something like what we call what we can call it as it will describe something, the data, the user data, something which user is able to view. For example, the line of sight sometimes depends upon combination of things. A line of sight is nothing but it is sometimes as a combination of things, like for example, manager and employee relationship, an employee manager relationship. That is called it's very very important. It's called a line of sight. By this particular concept, if you want to export into Excel, if you want to save the file into say save settings, you can do whatever you want. Okay, for this we don't have to spend a lot of time for all this. So now let me explain another concept is analytics report center. Okay, so here we will learn about how to review the reports in the report center, how to learn learn how to generate the reports, and review how to work with your classic reports, and we will review how to work with the spreadsheet reports. So these are all the things that we are going to check here. The first thing is we'll see about the report center. What exactly the report center? Here you can schedule the reports and you can save the reports, and there are so many things that you can do at the report center. Okay, first let me explain about saved reports. What exactly the saved reports? This particular saved reports allows the organizer or the user, okay, to organize their reports in the once you have generated, once you have customized and saved the report. Okay, you can view the saved reports, and you can create the saved reports into the folders, and you can organize them as a saved reports, and you can delete the saved reports. You can do whatever you want. And the second thing is you have a scheduled reports. What exactly that we have already seen the scheduled reports number of times in the many times we have seen when we were in a what is an introduction, and we are in employee center, we have seen it. But still, these particular scheduled reports, why we use it is used mostly to download and manage the scheduled reports. For example, proxy management, a report center, permission reports, proxy management, list view, dashboards. You can schedule, and you can here you can download, and you can export whatever you want. Here the system will send an email notification to the users when a report is ready for a download, when you schedule the report. The scheduled report also may be created from the list views, and scheduled report also may be created from spreadsheet reports, and even from the classic reports also. So let me show you where exactly these things are there. So okay, I'm going to show you the report center now. Sorry, click on analytics. When you click on analytics, you can see the report center here, and you can see the saved reports and scheduled reports, added reports and standard reports, and everything you can see here. Okay, so here how to generate a report. So if you want to generate and update the most up-to-date information, you have to just come here and select the report, and you have to come here by clicking on this report center. Okay, you can work with your reports. So I'm going to tell you the types of reports here. Okay, you can see we will see a lot of things all in detail. So here you see by report by types, I'm going to explain. So as we are all seeing that the list view reports, spotlight views, spreadsheet reports. So you can take any of these reports and you can use in the dashboard, and you can generate and you can export and save the reports. It's nothing you are going to do anything. You are able to see because you made in the dashboard portlets you have added. But let me tell you what is the list views. The list views is nothing but it provides a detailed overview of the data you are going to generate. For example, form list. See that. You can see, you can save, you can export, you can generate a report, you can see the filter options, you can see the data options, everything you can see here. The same thing we are seeing from the beginning. So here, if you want to generate a report, please click on it and you can add whatever you want as per your criteria. Okay, now let me come back to the same previous place. Okay, so let me explain the reports by type. Now let me explain about spotlight view. For example, we can see all reports by subject. See that reports by type, and otherwise you can just one click on it. It's showing that a simple view, list view create and the spotlight views, and you can see everything a simple example with the screenshots right side. Okay, now let me explain about what is the spotlight views. The spotlight view is nothing but it provides a glance, okay, in a graphical structure. Okay, it's a graphical representation. You can see it's at glance graphical representation of statistics about one very focused subject. Now let us see about another one, spreadsheet reports. The spreadsheet reports is provides a highly analytical reports, provides in-depth analysis about key processes. Okay, and you can generate these data in the form of Microsoft Excel, whatever you want. And next you have the classic reports. The classic reports is nothing but provides the in-depth analysis. Okay, it provides an in-depth analysis about your core processes or something like, and the data within the system that you want to generate. Okay, so these are all that, you can use any of these reports: spreadsheet reports, classic reports, list view reports, and what we can call it as spotlight views. You can select any of these reports types available, and then you can generate your dashboards, and you can do whatever you want. These are the same things that we have seen. For example, spotlight views competencies and employee comparison. You can see here everything is predefined and you can make it available. Okay, you can just generate, and you can see Excel to export, and you can select the form here. Annual review, you can see of all these employees, and filter options, display options. See, performance, username, performance, and competencies. From where all these options we are able to see, it's because we have updated trending, we have updated thresholdings, we have updated list views and everything. That is where you can see here most commonly highly rated, lowest rating, and everything. And you also have, and once you set up all these, just go and update, and once you update, you can just go and export. Okay, in the form of Excel sheet. Okay, so no competencies are found, no one has used so far. Okay, this is how we have to set up. Okay, so in the next class what I'll do, there is another concept called dashboard 2.0. We are all just seeing the some basics. So another concept that I'm going to explain is 2.0, that I will explain the next class. And then we have another one called ad hoc report builder. So once that is complete, we are going to wind up completely. So if somebody wants to ask something, can ask me now before I wind up.